Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Happy summer break. Are you guys all on summer break if you have kids? Or no, like some places might not be yet, I don't think, but we're well into summer around here. Thank you for hopping on. I know it's busy and crazy and lots of family stuff going on, but I think it's going to be well worth your time because I guess I should preface this with I want you to be really open-minded to what we're going to share with you tonight. And I'm going to try to go into details as to why we're saying this when it is different than what we've been saying for probably as long as you've been a coach, and where there was like a transition and where things changed. And maybe we didn't, and I'm not saying just us, but the network as a whole didn't necessarily course correct properly. And so now it's like the veil has been lifted. We've kind of figured out what's going on, and it's time to course correct because we have to do what's best for our business, and Beachbody has to do what's best for their business. And so hopefully we're going to help you guys understand how changing the way you look at how you run this business is going to benefit you in many, many different ways. And so I'm going to start with this little example to kind of just open your eyes to what maybe I start with this. So you probably saw in my post, I know Liz has shared with some of her downline, it's this whole thinking of before we've told you Success Club is how you build a successful business. Getting to Success Club 5, Success Club 10, month after month, and teaching your team to do that will duplicate into growing your business the way you want. Some things have changed with that. And so let me show you the graphic now. Let's see, share. That's it right there, right? So we're gonna talk about, can you guys see that? Let me make it, oh. Is it better the way it was? Or like this?
Like this.
Okay. So I'll talk through it, I'll read through it, but you guys can see it here. So this is an example of two coaches. Coach number one is a working coach hitting Success Club 10 every month, but not great at retention. So, hold on guys, I'm gonna, hold on, let me jump out of this so I can mute everybody. I think that's Amanda that just hopped on. Mute. Everybody else is muted, right? Okay, perfect. Let's try that again. Am I still?
If somebody hops on and you're sharing, I'll tell you who to mute.
Okay, thank you. Right, here we go. Okay, can you see that? Liz?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, because it says I'm still sharing. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. Here we go. Molly, stop. Okay, so coach number one, a working coach, hitting Success Club 10 every month, but not great at retention. So you guys know what retention means, is that means keeping her new customers that she's bringing on, ordering Shakeology month after month, okay? Because that's where your retention grows. You see that the commissions start to compound. So month one, SC10, that's saying she earns $50 for each challenge pack. That's gonna give her $250 in commissions. And then she's gonna have some team volume also. Month four, SC10, $250 in commissions. Again, team volume. Month seven, same thing. Month nine, she hits diamond. The team volume is what's gonna cause you guys to cycle, okay? So I don't necessarily wanna touch on that in depth, but just know that factors into you earning more money as a coach that is emerald and above. Again, month 9 of hitting Success Club 10 every month, and she's still earning this $250, okay? So she's making her commissions from SC, and she's cycling like one time as a diamond coach with what she's doing. First, coach number 2. This person is focusing on bringing people in with just quarterly BOD, okay? Let's just call it that. She doesn't have a big team. She hasn't grown for rank, but she's learning to take advantage of increasing volume and earning more money that way. She loves Beachbody On Demand and needs some extra money for her family. She commits to selling 10 quarterly BOD memberships every month. So the quarterly BOD is $39, and they get BOD for 3 months, okay? Month 1, she's got no Success Club, but she sold 10. She started 10 people with a $39 BOD package. That's it. She made $155 commission, okay? And 150 TV. I'm gonna just stop even saying the TV for you right now. Month 4, because remember, everybody that enrolled in month 1 is then gonna bill again in month 4, okay? So she's gonna have 10 people rebill that $39 in month 4, and then she's gonna bring in another 10 people. So her commissions are $311. Month 7, again, 3 months later, now she's gonna have 20 people rebilling, and she's bringing in another 10, just 10 new people every month at $39. You can see how that commissions right there starts to grow. By month 16, so less than a year and a half of just helping 10 people a month with that, she's earning close to $1,000 a month. Now, think about this. Do you think your customers that are doing this, because you're bringing them into your challenge group, they're seeing your other clients drink Shakeology, you know, and remember too, you're gonna have people in there that are gonna want a challenge pack, they're gonna want Shakeology, they're gonna want Energized. Your commissions are gonna be even more than that, okay? So that's just base. If that's all she did was bring in 10 people a month, she's earning close to $1,000 a month, okay? Here's the difference. Coach number 2 is never gonna make the recognition boards the way we have been doing them in the past. You wouldn't know that this person's doing it. They're not gonna stress about building a team. She maybe had a goal of earning $1,000 a month in this business, and she loves her journey and she loves helping other people, okay? So let's talk about, stop sharing. Did that stop? Yeah, let me make this bigger. So let's talk a little bit about that, because what I think that hitting Success Club is hard. It's harder than it used to be. It takes a lot of work. And when we don't hit Success Club, I know I can speak for myself, you feel like crap. You feel like you failed. You feel like there's these crazy people out there who are hitting 300 Success Club points a month, or 100 or 50 or 30 or 15 or 10 or 6, whatever it is. And you're like, why can't I do that, right? And so when you start having those feelings, it gets hard to be excited about the business, okay? But if a barrier to entry with a new customer is $39 versus $160 on a normal month, right? It's a lot easier for people to get started. And if they get started with you and they start to build trust, because a lot of times these are cold market people that are willing to give $39. $39 is like, okay, I can do that, right? I can do that. I can justify that. I feel like when you get over 100, you start to feel bad, right? You can justify the $39 pair of shoes, probably can't justify the $160 pair of shoes, right? So that's where you're at here. So if you're bringing people in, you're providing them with their group, in your group, you're providing the same love and support that you're giving to the people that buy more. These people are gonna build trust with you. They're gonna eventually purchase more. So I did a little experiment. It was a week ago on Tuesday. So yesterday, a week ago Tuesday, I did a post and I put it in my story saying, I'm gonna do something different. And you guys have probably seen other coaches start to talk about this, because this has been a huge discussion in the leaders page. The 5-star and above that corporate is in, it's a discussion, okay? And so everybody started kind of working backwards with this math, you know, and thinking, this could be easier for our coaches that are getting started. You could have wins. We could be celebrating people for things that are really big deals when corporate and Beachbody as a whole is telling us that you're successful and you're a great coach if you're hitting Success Club or you're doing these other things. But guys, that doesn't tie into our bottom line. okay? So Liz, should I go back into the history a little bit of like when everything kind of changed? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Am I here? Yes. And then will you pull up that Excel spreadsheet? Because I feel like everybody to see those numbers is going to be like big.
So I'm going to show you guys kind of like that coach number 2. If this was compounded, it's an Excel spreadsheet, so it does the math for you of what this could equate out to. But let me tell you something really crazy that someone just posted in the leaders page. I told Liz this, I was like, holy crap. Holy crap. If you have 2,000 people, now that seems like a big number, right? Don't let the 2,000 freak you out. If you have 2,000 people that are on annual Beachbody On Demand, that's the only thing they buy, and they spend $99 once a year, that would equate to you annually $75,000 a year income. You guys hear what I said? Okay? That's if you only had, so now you think 2,000 people, that's crazy, right? But like when I started this business, I went into it thinking, all right, I'm gonna give this 2 years of my focus to get to my income goal, which I set at $60,000, okay? And so I had this mindset of like a long-term goal. So if you reverse engineer that math, 2,000 people, let's just call it even 1,000, okay? And you're doing 10 a month. You guys can do 10 a month of these people doing, that's annual. Wait till I tell you the quarterly, you're gonna die. It's even more. But right, so you can reverse engineer that of what your goal is. Maybe your goal isn't to make $75,000 a year. Maybe it's to make $1,000 a month because that's gonna pay for your childcare or your mortgage or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So you can reverse engineer this. If you had, here we go. If you had 2,000 people on quarterly BOD, on quarterly BOD, that would equate to $125,000 a year in income for you, okay? So, not that you have to strive to have 2,000 people, but do you guys see how we've been doing this a little wrong? Okay, now that's just your sole commissions. So when you start understanding how to understand the TV and running through a spouse's account instead of your own, worrying about you hitting Success Club, but just running all customers, getting yourself to Emerald or Diamond, and then running all customers through a spouse's account, which is gonna cause you to cycle more because your spouse is on your weak leg. When you're not worried about Success Club, you're earning more money. And I don't care what anybody says, we all need to earn income. We all want to make this worthwhile, okay? Let me show you this. Oh, here. This, and then escape. Use my 8 million things open on my computer. Can you guys see this? I can't see you, so hold on.
Yep, can see it.
You can't see the pictures. Are those like blocking it?
I can see them, but everybody can change that on their own end. Everybody can minus that and move it around.
Okay, so I'll just, if I minus it, okay, there. So you guys, this is an example of a coach who's gonna help 5 people a month with quarterly BOD, okay? So you can see here, and the color coding goes together. So this like lavender color here, it's gonna show up again every 4 months or 3 months, so you can see that they bill quarterly again, okay? So this is this purple, these first people that sign up in January, is 5 of them right here, they're gonna bill again in April, again in July, and then again in January, okay? And then that's their full year of quarterly BOD. So the first month, $77. Month 2, again, you're only gonna have 5 people there, 77. Month 3, 77. But then by month 4 here, you're gonna have the rebills from January, and then the 5 you're bringing in here, so 155. You guys, that's just if you're doing that. Chances are, what I found, even in a week of doing this, is I've already had people going in and ordering things before they've even billed for their $39. I was speaking to Jenna this morning, Lockhart, and she said, she's like, I have somebody a week in who did this, so they haven't even been billed for their $39 yet, because remember, they're not billed for 14 days. And they've already lost 5 pounds in the first week. They've ordered Energize, and they are like completely hooked, okay? Do you guys need to keep seeing that, or can I stop sharing? I can't see you guys.
I think it's good.
Okay. So I can share that. It's like a read-only file that somebody else made, so you can't edit it, but you get the idea here. So like, for example, Liz is gonna share some PDFs with you guys that are awesome on getting these people started right. But let me go back to when Liz and I first started this business, almost 5 years ago for me. I would let people in my challenge group without a challenge pack purchase. There was a lot of people coming in that bought a challenge pack because they wanted that total package. That's great. I don't think challenge packs are bad. I think they're great for a person that wants the total package and needs the total package. But I had people that were going to CrossFit that just wanted to be in it for nutrition or just Shakeology. I had people who were going to like boot camp classes, and they just wanted the accountability. And so they were all in this group. But what would happen is they'd see the people that had the total package, the nutrition, the Shakeology, and the workouts, and they were the ones getting results. And so they eventually all converted over to customers. A lot of referrals came in that way. That's how I was hitting Success Club. It wasn't because I was offering only challenge packs to every single person that came through to me, okay? And somewhere along the line, we all got jumbled. You know, we all started thinking, oh, we're providing this great service. We want that upfront commission, and we got away from it. Now let me go back a little bit and explain to you what kind of happened in Beachbody land on the corporate side that caused this change. When we went to Beachbody On Demand from DVDs, and some of you might not even have been around then, but we used to have really only 2 options to sell people. It was a DVD package and Shakeology. And there was like a post-workout drink and an energized drink, but you didn't sell a lot of it, okay? So you had these 2 options, and that was it. And I think we brought in, we got all these new consumables that came into us with bars and the boosts and the different flavors of Energize and Recover and Vegan Recover and all this stuff. And we didn't adapt to really offer that to everybody and look at meeting people where they are, which is where Liz is gonna really dive in with you guys. Meeting them where they are and not expecting that everybody's gonna want the total package, okay? This is the other thing that kind of switched. When they went to BOD, they lowered not the volume, but the team volume on these different packages, okay? And that's where it be like on challenge packs. Like if you start looking at team volume is how you guys are gonna cycle, even if you're running it through your spouse, okay? So they lowered team volume on some things because Beachbody is running a business. They have to pay us commissions. They have to pay cycles all the way up the ladder, you know, to that first coach on every order that comes in. So it had to make sense for them. So they had to do adjustments, but we really didn't all understand how those adjustments were going to affect our bottom line as coaches. So this is the way that we can all course correct, increase your paychecks that you're getting, and help more people because there's a low barrier to entry. Does anybody have any questions with what I just covered there before we go on to the next part? Are you guys like, okay, this sounds good? Okay, good.
Okay, me?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, it's a shift in mindset. So there's a couple of you that are old school that know what I'm going to reference when I say we used to believe in this thought of going for no. Do you guys remember that? Like Tiffany, Amanda, Robin, we were taught like go for no. I said it to Steve today at lunch and he was like, that is the dumbest sales tactic I have ever heard in my life. And I was like, well, we just didn't know. We didn't know. So we're flipping that. We're flipping our mindset and we're going for yes. Because listen, we have something for every person that comes to you, that reaches out to you, even if it's just 2 weeks free to get their foot in the door. That is a yes. Like, every single person that you are talking to can and should be a yes, because whether they need help with fitness, nutrition, or both, we have something all the way down the line to free. And who doesn't love free? And so, like, I feel like that's where we have to start in this shift in the mindset and going for yes. That was like at the top of my notes. Like, there is something for everyone. And when I share this new little PDF that I made this morning, you guys are, I feel like it's going to help. It's amazing. Let me look at my notes and see if that's where I want to start. I'm going to talk about social media. I'm going to talk about getting to know your customers and going for yes. So I am going to share my screen with you guys and show you this. And I have this, so I'll be able to share it with you guys. You'll be able to look at it after. Okay, can everybody see that? Look good? So when you're talking to people, it can be difficult to figure out, like, where do you start? And I think one of the most important things that we can do for our customers is get to know them, to figure out exactly what they need. So instead of shoving a challenge pack down every single person's throat, you're going to take a step back and figure out, hey, what do they actually need help with? Are they lacking energy? Do they just need fitness? Do they just need nutrition? Do they need both? Really having a conversation with people that vote in your polls, that comment on your posts, that reach out to you and want to join. Like, that is the number one goal, is meeting people where they're at and figuring out what they need. So I made this fun little PDF. I can't see that comment, Court. It's just like, because I'm sharing my screen. So let's say somebody comes to you and they say, we're going to go right down the middle now. I need help with nutrition. Like, they go to Orange Theory, they love that. And you guys, I think this is an important point to make, is that we don't need to convert people to become obsessed with every part of Beachbody. Like, if somebody loves Orange Theory, or they love running and hiking and they're not interested in the fitness side, that is 100% okay. They came to you for a reason. So what is that? Nutrition. So then you go down the line. Do they want structured nutrition, or do they want intuitive? Do they want to add superfoods into that? I'm going to the left. So the structured is obviously Ultimate Portion Fix, because it's much more structure with the containers. Intuitive is To Be Mindset. So I felt like this graph was really great for us to figure out, like, you can ask your potential customer all of these questions to figure out where you're going to end up with them. What do they need? And like it says at the bottom right, there's something for everyone. So I'll share that with you guys. You'll have this, you can print it, you can have it on your computers. Courtney and I were talking, and we were like, where do people get hung up? And it's with, like, okay, somebody comes to me with this, this, and this, like, how do I help them? And so I felt like hopefully that little flow chart will help you decipher how to help someone and go for yes. Any questions on that? Oh, here, let me pop out the chat. Okay. Oh, I can't see. Just somebody's iPhone said this is great. Thanks. Hold on, I'm going to my next page. So how do you do this? Like, how do you talk about it on social media? It's really easy. It's just what you've been doing. It's just a different conversation. It's how do you present this to everyone? So like Courtney was talking about, she's been doing a ton of stories, and really she's been talking to her camera in Instagram. Like, if you guys go watch her stories today after we get off, she's talking about how today is her rest day. Isn't that amazing? Wouldn't you want to join me? Like, you can try it for 2 weeks for free, or $39 for 3 months. Like, it's just opening people's eyes. And so I don't think you have to completely change what you're doing on like the end of like your Instagram stories or your Instagram posts or Facebook, but I think how you're having conversations with people on the back end is what's going to completely change, because you're not having just one option for somebody and having to worry about price objections. Well, what if they don't need Shakeology? Or what if they don't want to do BOD and they just want help with nutrition, but I need to go for Success Club and they need to do both. And then it's like you're freaking out. And none of that exists anymore, which is the most freeing and amazing feeling in the world because you can help everyone. A second part to this, you guys, is learning the products. So like within that flow chart, you're gonna see a lot of options for products in the performance line, but Courtney and I were talking about it earlier today. It's really important to know the products, to try them, to show them in your stories, to incorporate them into your life, because there's going to be that person watching you who is obsessed with Orange Theory or bar. That's all the rage right now. But she like really wants to know what that like pre-workout and that like recovery drink is that you're drinking. And that's all she wants. And that's amazing. And that's what you want. You want people coming to you for all these different things that they need. And then when you're having conversations with them, you never ever have to turn someone down. You never have to say, self-admittedly, well, save up your money and I'll be here when you're ready. I never, ever, ever have to say that to someone again. Like that is the most amazing, freeing, yes, vegan recover is amazing, Tiffany. I drink it every day, even when I'm not working out. And I never tried regular because I'm allergic to whey, but vegan recover is amazing. So, hold on, I'm looking right now. I'm working on putting together like a product catalog. I feel like it's going to take a little while, but like you don't need me to put a product catalog together to learn our products. Like just go to the shop feature on Team Beachbody. Like the ball is in your court. Learn about these things. Try them. Give out samples. And then I thought of other ideas for you guys, and Courtney and I were bouncing these around too, and we had 2 ideas for you guys. Back in the day, when we used to do our challenge groups, and these people were coming in and weren't really purchasing anything, we would do weekly prizes. And a lot of times the people who won were people who had never tried anything from us. And we were giving them samples of Shakeology, of E&E, back in the day, that's what it was called. But there's so many opportunities, you guys. Like, let's say you bring somebody in with the quarterly BOD, and you're like, I just want them to be able to try a sample of something. Like, I am thinking about sending a sample of Shakeology, a sample of Energize, and a beach bar. Like, you can do anything you want, but it's like a good faith. Like, it's, try this out with me for 3 months. Here's a couple goodies for you to try out. They're going to see everybody else in your group trying it, and maybe they're going to love something and then want to order something from you in the future, but you haven't pushed anything down their throat. You haven't made them buy a $170 challenge pack when they just were not ready to go all in. And so those are really great options to spread the word about all these other amazing things that we have to offer. Am I missing anything on that, Court? You're muted.
I love how it like pops up the reminder, like, hello,
You're muted.
And you're muted. No one can hear you, but I was reading. No, I think that's it. Something I realized I missed on the list is we said what Success Club is and what it is not.
Oh yeah, that's really important.
So if you want to earn the trips, that's important in Success Club. If you want to earn the monthly prizes, the quarterly prizes, the annual prizes, like I want that darn suitcase. I don't know why. Liz laughs at me all the time. You hit Success Club for the whole month of, or the whole year.
Talking about like
2019, they're giving you this really nice hard case suitcase. I want this stupid suitcase. Like I don't need another suitcase. But like sometimes those things, like, so it gets stuck in your head. Do you want to earn a free vacation? When I first started, yes, that was super important for me. And last year we took my family on an amazing cruise and had the trip of a lifetime. So yeah, earning vacations are important to me. But you guys, you can earn those trips by getting to Success Club 6 a month, or sometimes not even having to do it every month. You'll qualify for that. You might have to pay some out of pocket if you don't hit, but like if you're doing this right and you're talking to people, like you can still hit Success Club if it's important to you. And you can still earn those rewards. But what is Success Club not? Success Club is not the thing that determines your worth in this business, if you're successful or not. Success Club is not the thing that's going to grow your income like it used to. It used to, you guys. It used to work. But what they did, oops, what happened?
Sorry.
Oh, it's shared to Tiffany's screen.
I'm sorry. I know I was trying to just share a picture, but I've never done it on here, and clearly I just took over. I apologize.
That's crazy. I was like, I didn't know you could do that.
Well, I was trying in the chat. I was like, oh, I'll share this with them, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry. I'm just gonna be back to what I'm doing. Sorry.
That's totally something I would do. So Success Club is not the thing. And you guys, it's like in our training. Like, we're gonna change our training. Like, I would never tell a new coach now that like I said, the veil has been lifted. You hit Success Club 5 to 10. Like, this is what I was told when I started. You hit Success Club 5 to 10 every single month, and you teach your coaches to do the same, and you will be a six-figure earner in 2 years. It used to be that way. It's not that way anymore because they've changed the volume that goes along with Success Club. It won't happen like that, guys. The way it's going to happen are the things we're telling you now. The things that are going to pay you higher commissions and team volume, and which is your residual income that starts coming in. That is what's going to grow this business. So if you're able to take a step back and realize that you might not get the recognition from Beachbody, but you guys, we're going to start recognizing totally different. Okay, you're hitting Success Club, great. You're still going to get recognized. We're going to shout you out because that's amazing. Like, you're doing amazing work. But you're going to start seeing names on that board that you're probably not seeing regularly because they're doing things like we're talking about here that wasn't recognized by Beachbody. So we weren't recognizing it in our weekly or like bi-monthly. Is that right? Bi-monthly? Is that twice a month? Yeah. Shout outs. Okay. So there's going to be people that are retailing these other things like crazy and are doing great, but no one knew it, you know? So, but what's going to happen is if you're going to Summit, you're going to see these people that are elite. Elite's based on Success Club, you guys. You're going to see people that are Success Club All-Stars, Success Club Legends. That's all based on what drives more income for corporate versus what's driving more income for the coach, okay? And that's not, like, it's not that corporate doesn't want you to be successful. They want you to be successful. Just when they implemented the Success Club program, it was different. And when they changed the TV, the volume stuff, they didn't change Success Club. So I will tell you that this is the amazing thing about Beachbody. And I love that we have this group where there's all these coaches that have been very successful in this business, and corporate's in there with us, and they listen. So when we all start speaking up and saying, yeah, this isn't working, something's not right, something needs to change, they make adjustments. And so this conversation started last Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. By Friday, they were very engaged in the conversation. By Friday, they were calling an emergency meeting with the CAB, which is the Coach Advisory Board. So coaches that were selected to kind of represent the network. And then Carl and Michael and Kim, they're all in the meetings. And they've realized things like Success Club you should also be able to gain Success Club points from volume points. So things are going to change. It's going to get better, and you might be able to still hit Success Club and not by not just selling challenge packs, okay? But we can't sit around and wait for them to do that. Like, we have to do the work now and course correct. And who knows, maybe in 2 months they're going to change something and we're going to be flipping the switch on what we're doing now. But right now, this is what we all need to do because it's going to benefit everybody.
Okay, I had remembered a couple things. Yes. You guys, if you're Emerald and above and you are making the choice to forego Success Club, and you are going to be running orders through a spouse's account, I feel like you need to reach out to Courtney or I to look at your volume, to make sure that you have enough volume on your weak leg so that you're like, and then on your strong leg, it's something that needs to be talked over with someone, and it just can't be done on this call for everyone. But I will tell you, it's what I did when I first started. Like, when Success Club was so important, I would hit Success Club 5, and then every other order that came in would go to Steve's account. Steve is now like earns more money than my second CBC, his account does, because of all the orders that have accumulated under him. So that was the one thing I wanted to say. Please reach out to your upline or to either Courtney or I to really strategize and figure out how to build this for income and running all of these customers through a spouse account. And then I wanted to remind you guys, so for me, it was a wake-up call. We talked to some leaders a couple weeks ago about this, and everybody was like, I have so many people that I can reach back out to. And so I kind of wanted to like give that to all of you as a challenge. Like, how many people
done after my time.
Got it.
Okay. How many people did you end a conversation with because they weren't ready to go all in? And I have like a whole thing that we came up with. It's like a tiny short little paragraph. I will copy and paste that into the comment section of our like post for this Zoom tonight, so you guys can see that. That's a lot of people to reach out to and to talk to again. And then I have something really special to share with you all that I've been working on for a while. And here's a preview. Hold please. So I was given access to a new little Getting Started Right PDF, and I have changed it and made it my own, and it's something that I'm going to share with all of you. So if you guys have Canva, I'm going to share the link with you. If you do not have Canva, I will make a little guide that's like blank that doesn't have a picture of my transformation in it. But what I'm super excited about, it goes along with all this. I made guides for people who are starting with everything. So I have a guide for people starting with a challenge pack. I have a guide for people starting with just BOD, a guide for people starting with just Shakeology or the performance line. Am I missing? I feel like I made 4, Court.
There was 4. Yeah, I'm muted. Hold on.
But you guys, it's clickable, so it takes them through everything. So this is for the person who got the challenge pack, and it's everything, like how to log on, how to use BOD, program materials, how to check out the nutrition, information about their Shakeology or their performance line, when that's gonna ship, so they know that it's coming again, how to make Shakeology, mindset, books to read, showing up in your group, like expectations for accountability, and then taking their before pictures and measurements. So I made this, so I think I have it for a challenge pack, for just Shakeology, just BOD, or just the performance line. Those are the 4 that I made. So when you guys are helping everybody with something, even if it's just a 2-week free of BOD, I have a really cool section in that like PDF, which you can send them, even if it's just the 2 weeks. And it's got information about like if they want to talk to you about Shakeology or the performance line and other things that are available to them, so that they're still getting knowledge and you're still giving them a really great like getting started right experience. So I'm super pumped about that.
Yes, am I muted? Okay, no, I'm not. So Robin asked, is it okay to run through your spouse's account? Yes, it is. You are allowed to manage a spouse account. This is what I would do though. I would have the email address. Obviously, you have to have a different email for your spouse. Have the email, not like my email wouldn't be Steve Gubernick at Yahoo. You know, it's his email is, I think it is linked to this, like Coach Courtney G at Hotmail or something, but I would make something else or whatever. Just so you have some sort of, you're following the policies and procedures, right? But there was a little time where there was one person at compliance who thought that you weren't allowed to run a spouse's account and went a little AWOL, but it's not the case. You are allowed to run a spouse account and you are fine doing that. So
And Robin, I always used to tell people, I don't do it anymore because I have my second CDC, which acts as like the same thing. I would always tell people, so like on the account, it would say like Liz and Steve, and I would just say, you know, it's going to say that Steve Dinkins is your coach, but it's me. I manage his account, but just so you know, you're going to see his name.
It was probably even more confusing for Liz's customers because they had different last names.
Yeah.
So. but yes, so it's fine. It is essentially a second CBC. So until you get to 2-star, that is how you can control. And just so you guys know why we tell you this is it's essentially going to give you 2 paychecks because you're going to pay a commission in his business center. You're going to cycle there, right? And then, well, possibly, yes.
If Emerald.
If you get it.
Emerald.
But if he's not, you're going to put him in there, run the commission, and then you're going to cycle. So you're going to earn $14. Well, once you get to 100 TV and 100 or 200. But the idea is it will build, you will start cycling. So in addition to your commission that you're going to earn from that sale, you're also going to earn a team cycle bonus in your business center from that. So for example, it takes a Shakeology order that's $32 where you're just earning $32 that you're going to earn 32 plus 14 up in your first business center. So it increases your income. Okay. And if you guys are listening to this, like Liz said, and you're like, I don't understand, I don't get it, reach out, ask. We are happy to do calls with you. I have much more time in the summer with my kids just being home. So you're never bothering anybody if you want to understand this. Both of us kind of love the volume side of the business.
You should get excited. Don't let it overwhelm you. Like once you understand it and what you can do with it, like what Courtney was saying about the quarterly and then the yearly BOD, just that income alone, it's life changing. And so I just hope you guys will all just remember like to go for yes, and that you can help. There's something for everyone. There is.
I want to say something that I said to Liz today, and it kind of touches on how I told you guys when I started the business, I had a 2-year vision of what I would do, right? So as we're going through all this and we were preparing for this call, I said to Liz, I feel like this is almost like a rebirth and a restart, that at this point right now, I can say, because I'll be completely honest with you guys, for the last like 2 to 3 years, my income has been like pretty flat, not the growth it saw, right, in the first 2 years. And so when it sits like that, you think, what am I doing wrong? Am I not a good leader? Do I need to hit Success Club 100? Because I can't do that, because I can't message 100 people a day, and I don't have that in me. I don't want to do that. I don't like that, right? And so you start like, what's wrong with me? You know, because I saw myself somewhere different by this time, you know, but again, it's because we didn't course correct, because it's 2.5 years that we've had BOD now. It'll be 3 years in December when it came out. Okay. So we didn't course correct. So now I was kind of like, all right, I'm feeling a little excited. Like here we are at the starting point. Here we are where we change everything. And if we can look at this long-term vision 2 years down the road, like where can we take it from where it is now 2 years from now with this new strategy? Because this, I believe, will have the same kind of growth potential as we did when we started, when Success Club worked for growth potential. Do you guys follow me? Okay. So think long-term, think of that compounding effect with bringing in whatever your number is. And it's kind of like they used to tell us, like, well, if you want to get to a 6-figure income, you can do SC5 a month, but it's going to take you longer. If you do SC10, you're going to get there faster. So if you're willing to say, I'm going to help 5 people a month with something, right? Some sort of BOD or something. If your goals are loftier, then your goals need to be 10 people a month or 20 people a month. And that would have sounded really freaking scary if you had to sign up 20 people a month with Shakeology or with a challenge pack. of $170.
Oh,
But you guys, 20 people a month with a barrier to entry of like 39 or 40 or Energize or something like that, like that's doable. So kind of reevaluate what your goals are going to be moving forward here. And they're totally different than they were before. Okay, questions? We can't see majority of you because you're on phones or you have your screens muted. Anybody? Questions? Comments?
oh, are you doing bath time, Dee? So I thought.
No?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of a question, kind of a new mindset. So I'm thinking whenever there's the opportunity to do Success Club, someone's going to do a challenge pack, put that under me. And then if it's anything else, put it under my husband.
Yeah. I think that's a really good
Okay.
way to look at it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
definitely. I think everybody's got to figure out what their own personal goals are and then figure out from there. But I think that's great.
Well, you have to think of it too, Robin. Even if you ran challenge packs through him, he would earn the trip, or he would earn. You know what I mean? So like you
Right.
get to go. It's not like
Yeah.
you wouldn't get that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
And actually, it's making my brain think for Robin, and this might blow some people's minds, but I think a challenge pack under you is better because it's less TV than a lot of things. And then if you're running the other products through your husband, it's actually more TV, so it's actually more money.
For you to cycle.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you guys this is a perfect example. Challenge packs are on sale this month, right? So you think, yay, $20 off. That's awesome. Okay, well, you guys, for Beachbody to make up that $20 somewhere, guess what they did? They lowered the volume.
And the commission.
And the commission goes down because it's percentage based, and they lowered the volume. So that's where that it's not Beachbody taking a $20 cut on everything. It's us, right? So volume on a challenge pack is like 25. So for you to cycle one time, let's call it 35. I think some of them are 35. You have to sell like 3 or 4 challenge packs.
Anyway, volume on Recover. Recover alone is 70. 70. So like
Technology is 90.
Yeah, there's a place for a challenge pack when you're going through that flow chart. Like there's going to be people who want that, but you don't have to push that on everyone. It's meeting people exactly where they're at. It just feels so much better.
Okay, what else?
Don't be afraid. Okay.
All right, well, I'll stop the recording. Oh, yes.